Welcome to our yoga class with Unbroken Fitness Solutions. I'm Coach Neil, and I'm going to be guiding you through this yoga flow. It's a Vinyasa flow. It's going to be a great stretch, but it's also going to be challenging holding some of the poses on some of those muscles. So we're going to start off at the top of our mats. Your feet are going to be directly straight ahead. We're going to start by practicing our breathing, our good Ujjayi breathing. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale. You'll notice in yoga, as we inhale and exhale, our lips remain sealed. Forceful breaths on the way out. That helps us to build the heat up internally, warming up our bodies so we can get into a deeper stretch with each one of these poses. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Pushing the tailbone up to the sky. Nice straight spine. Exhale, nose to knees. We're going to hang out here for a moment and let gravity just take us down to the ground. Let the head hang, let the arms hang. Do the best that you can to keep your knees mostly straight. Place your hands on your mat, and now you can either jump or step back into your plank. Lower yourself down through chaturanga. Inhale, pointing the toes, upward facing dog. As we are up here in upward facing dog, we're going to pull the shoulders down, away from the ears. Fix your gaze up to the sky. Keep the hips down to your mat. And curl the toes back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now here in downward facing dog, your feet should be about hip width apart. The objective is to try and get the heels down to the ground if you can. Push the tailbone up to the sky and drop the head down between your arms. Step or leap back to the top of your mat. And roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, chair. So when we're here in chair, we're going to keep our heels in contact with the ground. We're going to draw in the core, keeping a nice neutral spine. Avoid excessively leaning forward. Inhale up. Exhale, arms down. That was one full sun salutation. We're going to do that 4 times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, nose to knees. Step or leap back to your plank. Lower yourself down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step or leap back up to the top of your mat. Roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, chair. Keep the knees tracking over your second and third toe as we remain here in chair. We don't want the knees to cave in. We don't want the feet turning out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. 2 more sun salutations. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, nose to knees. Step or leap back to your plank. Lower yourself down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step or leap back to the top of your mat. And roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, chair. Inhale up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, final sun salutation. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, nose to knees. Step or leap back to your plank. Lower yourself down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step or leap back to the top of your mat. Roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Exhale, chair. Now you'll notice as we flow from one pose to the next, we will use that sun salutation to kind of make the flow very fluid. So we will be coming back to that sun salutation several times during this practice. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, nose to knees. Step or leap back to your plank. Lower yourself down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, you're going to lift your right leg straight up to the sky, putting all the weight onto your left leg, and that should intensify the calf stretch, helping you to reach that heel a little bit further down to the ground. Now this might be challenging enough for you, but if you'd like, you can take that leg, cross it over like a scorpion tail, over to your left side. Now we're going to swing that knee forward into our pigeon stretch, driving the knee up to the rib cage, placing the shin perpendicular to your body, and lay the shin down in front of you. So imagine as if this is the telephone pole and you're a pigeon just on the telephone line. From here, this might be enough for you. If you'd like, you can exhale, lowering yourself down deeper into the stretch. With every breath, try and go a little deeper. Place your hands back on your mat. Dig that left toe back into the ground. We're going to kick your right leg back up into the sky. And then back down, meeting in your downward dog. Now we're going to bring the left leg up. That might be enough for you, or if you'd like, you can kick that left leg off to the right side like a scorpion tail, opening up your hip. Please remember, you're still trying to reach your right heel down to the ground, so you should feel that stretch through the right calf. Swing that left leg forward into our pigeon stretch. You might notice that I need to use my hand to help kind of manually get my leg into place and hold it there so it doesn't slide back. That just helps me to intensify the stretch. Every exhale, try and lower yourself a little bit further down into your stretch. Go ahead and find your hands back to the top of your mat. Dig your right toe back into the ground. Kick the left leg back up into the sky. Let's meet back into downward dog and hold that for about 4 breaths. Now let's go ahead and step the left leg forward in between your hands. You're going to shorten up your foot stance, and your back foot is going to angle at about 45 degrees. If you were to draw an imaginary line from your front heel all the way back, it would connect with your back heel. From here, we're going to square the hips forward to the top of our mat, making sure that our front knee is in perfect alignment with our second and third toe. Drawing in our core, or in Sanskrit we call it a Ulabandha, and activating the glute to square the hips, we're going to lunge forward into our Warrior One. Inhale as we open up, extending our arms forward and back. We're going to probably need to lengthen our stance a little bit, and our back foot is going to turn to about a 90-degree angle. We're still going to be focused on our front leg, on making sure that we keep alignment with our toes in that knee. From there, we're going to gaze forward over our front hand, lunging into our Warrior Two. Inhale, exhale as we reach that left hand up to the sky, still bending into the front knee. Reaching the right hand back to rest either on your thigh or on the calf, but not the knee. Leaning back, gazing up through your fingertips on your right side, or on your left side, excuse me. We call this reverse warrior. Taking that left elbow, we're going to rest it onto the left knee, still lunging into that left leg. The right hand is going to reach up overhead, so if you were to draw a line from your fingertip to your foot, you should have a good 45-degree angle. Now this might be enough for you. If you'd like a deeper stretch, then you can reach your left hand down to the inside of your left knee. Placing your hand on the ground. As we come up out of that lunge, we're going to allow that leg to straighten out. We're going to shorten up our stance a little bit. And we are going to find balance, gripping the ground with our left foot, balancing on that left foot, opening up to the side into our balancing half moon. Go ahead and unhinge, step back to the same stance that you had for your warrior one. We're going to square the hips again. This time our front leg is going to stay straight. We're going to put our hands on our hips and we're going to push the hips back so we can feel a stretch through our front hamstring. We call this our pyramid pose. You can place your hands either on your thigh or on the shin, but never on the knee. We want to stay especially focused on keeping the back nice and straight. We don't want to be rounding to get further down, because that's going to take the pressure off of your hamstring. Excellent. Let's go ahead and unhinge. We're going to open up facing the right side of our mat. And we're going to let our legs slide out as far as you can to feel a stretch through your inner thighs. We're going to allow the feet to turn out a little bit. From here, we're just going to stay a few breaths with our hips tucked underneath. Use that as a great hip opener. Now that might be enough for you. If you want to take it to a deeper stretch, you can push your hips back, keeping your back nice and straight until your hands can find your mat. And then you can exhale, lowering yourself deeper and deeper into that stretch. Go ahead and unhinge from your hips. Walk your feet closer together and then step back up to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, nose to knees. Step or leap back to your plank. Before we move into our warriors on the other side, we're going to knock out 10 chaturanga push-ups. Inhale, down, nice and slow. Exhale, up. Focus on that good Ujjayi breathing. Up. 2. Inhale down. Up. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Exhale. 5. If you have to go to your knees, then go ahead and do that. Inhale. Exhale. 6. Inhale. Exhale. 7. Inhale. Exhale. 8. Inhale. Exhale. 9. Inhale. Exhale. 10. Great job. Let's go ahead and sit back onto our knees. Our knees are going to flare out while our feet are close together. Sit your rear end back onto your feet. And extend your arms out, resting your head on your mat into child's pose. Go ahead and shift our weight back forward, back up into our plank position, and then back into downward dog. Let's go ahead and reach that right leg up to the sky. And then shoot it forward in between your hands. Shortening your stance. Preparing for warrior one. Square the hips to the top of your mat. Keep that front knee in perfect alignment with your second and third toe. Your toes should be gripping your mat for good balance. And if you were to draw an imaginary line from your front heel straight back, then your back foot would intersect. Your back foot should be angled at a 45-degree angle. Draw in your core as we lunge forward. Inhaling, arms up into warrior one. Inhale as we open our arms up, getting ready for warrior two. You might need to elongate your stance a little bit, but make sure that we keep the knee tracking over the toes. Lunging forward. Practicing that good Ujjayi breathing. Exhale to reverse warrior, gazing up through your right fingertips, reaching back towards your left leg. Still lunging deep into your right. Inhale. Right elbow to your right knee. Reaching your left arm up overhead. Into our side angle pose. This might be a deep enough stretch for you. If you'd like to, you can bring your right hand to the ground inside the right knee. As we straighten out that leg, we're going to grip our toes into the ground, getting ready for our balancing half moon, finding good balance through that foot, strong and stable, opening our bodies up to the left side, lifting the left leg up, reaching your right hand down to the right foot. Unhinging, finding our stance once again for our warrior one. Same stance, different pose. Squaring up our hips, hands remain on the hips, kicking the hips back into pyramid. Nice straight back. As we feel the stretch through that right hamstring, you can place your hands either on your thigh or on the shin. Step back up to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Moving into our eagle pose, we're going to grip through our our left foot. We're going to take our right leg, wrap it around the left. From there, we're going to bring our right hand underneath our left arm, doing the best that we can to try and get our palms together. And from there, we're going to bend down into our left foot, left knee, giving yourself kind of like a quarter squat. If you have the flexibility to wrap your right foot around your left calf, then go ahead and do that. And back up. Finding balance now, strong and stable through your right foot. We're going to wrap the left leg around the right, bringing the left arm underneath the right. And squatting down into that right leg. Back up, unwrapping. Now we're going to find our balance strong and stable again through our left foot. You can have your hands either at heart center in a T position or reach overhead. We're going to hinge from the hips, reaching the right leg up as high as we can, maintaining hips squared up to the ground. We don't want to open up here. We hinge down, keeping that nice, straight, stable back. Hands at heart center. Airplane. Or the most advanced is you can reach straight ahead. Unhinge. Now finding your balance into your right leg. Hinging from the hips, lifting the left leg up. Feeling a good stretch through that right hamstring. And finally finding that good arm position, either heart center, airplane, or out in front. Unhinge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, nose to knees. Step or leap back to your plank. Lower yourself down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Onto your knees. Hands will stack directly underneath your shoulders, while your knees stack directly underneath your hips. You're going to round your upper back, your whole back, tucking your hips underneath and tucking your chin to your chest. Exhale into cat, and then inhale, now arching the back, looking up to the sky, pulling the shoulders down away from your ears into cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale. Inhale. Rise up onto your knees. Now for this next pose, you're going to roll your mat to give your knees a little extra cushioning. Keep your toes dug in. You're going to take your fists and you're going to place them on the bone, your hip bones, just above your rear end. Pull the shoulders down away from your ears. You're going to use your fists to push your hips forward as you lean your body back. If you want to go a little bit deeper and you want to reach your hands back to your heels, and relax into your camel pose. Coming back up out of that, unrolling your mat. And anytime we do back extension like that, we want to go ahead and do a counter stretch. So we're going to meet right into our child's pose, sitting back onto our heels, extending our arms out in front. Rest the head down to your mat. From there, we're going to go ahead and find our seat, extending our feet out to the top of our mat. Roll out any extras that you feel underneath so you can feel those seat bones. We want to keep the quads nice and active so we can reach the backs of the knees to our mat. We're going to point the balls of our feet forward while we peel the toes back, maintaining a nice straight back and pressing down into your mat. This pose is called staff. Maintaining those active legs and toes, we're going to inhale, arms up, and exhale into a forward fold. Now you might be able to grab your shins, you might even be able to grab your feet. This is a great opportunity for you to challenge your stretch a little bit more and pull yourself a little deeper. Every exhale. Roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Now, we're going to grab the right foot with the right hand. Taking the edge of the foot, we're going to pull it into your left elbow. Taking your right hand around the outside of the knee, we're going to grab our other hand, cradling your shin. Do the best you can to upright your posture. From there, we're going to cradle that shin back and forth, ahead and release that side. Switching legs. Now grabbing the left foot with your left hand, pulling the edge of your left foot into your right elbow. Wrapping the left arm around the shin to clasp hands. Upright your posture, pulling your shin into your chest, and cradle your shin. From there, we're going to release that leg. We're going to bend the knees up to about 90 degrees as we lean back, extending our hands out in front into our boat pose. This might be challenging enough for you. If you'd like to advance it, you can extend your legs straight. And if you'd like to advance further, then you can rotate your trunk side to side. And grab behind the knees. We are going to lower ourselves back, so you want to make sure that you're situated on your mat to where your head can rest on your mat. But grab the backs of your knees and lower yourself down to your mat. From there, we're going to reach our legs up to the sky, bending the knees and reaching the hands to grab the outsides of the feet. Your arms should be to the insides of your knees. And from there, we're going to let the head, the upper back, and then ideally the tailbone all sit onto the mat as we pull the knees down toward the ground. As we release those feet, let them fall down to your mat. As we find our final resting pose, Shavasana. At this point, you can relax your breathing. Feel the weight of your head just grow heavy into your mat. Your arms will grow limp. Feet will fall to the outsides, completely relaxed. You'll find your body grow heavier and heavier, pressing into the mat as you find yourself more and more relaxed. Let go of all the stresses from your day-to-day. And just be present and relaxed in this moment. lay on your side. Bringing your right arm up overhead to act as a pillow. Using your right arm, let's go ahead and push yourself back up to the top of your mat. Folding your legs out in front. Palms face the sky, keeping that back up nice and straight. Great posture. Just take some deep cleansing breaths. Inhale that clean, fresh air. Exhale any stress, anxiety, or worry. Find yourself rejuvenated, calm, and at peace. Thank you for joining us for this practice today. This is Eugene with Unbroken Fitness Solution saying namaste.